evening and happy International Women's Day. This is your Friday, March 8, 2024 edition of the Evening News. In the headlines this evening, President Ali calls for barriers to progress to be destroyed as Hindus observe MAHA SHIVARATRI. 20-member CRC to be sworn in soon, says PPP JAGDEO. Person officers, 2 others charged over SMALLIE escape freed. Police destroy $159 million worth of GANJA at EBINI BACKDAM. Home of BERBICE security guard goes up in flames, arson suspected. And $6 million spent to put out West BERBICE Mangrove Fire, says regional chairman. With the news in detail, I am Jemima Holmes. Thousands of Hindus across the country on Friday joined the grand celebration of MAHA SHIVARATRI, a day when Lord Shiva is honored for saving the world from destruction and marking the overcoming of darkness and ignorance. Our senior journalist Rupasi Narayan and cameraman Paul Van Veld joined in the observance at the Guyana Sivashram Sangha at Kovan John, East Coast Demerara, which was attended by President Irfan Ali. Let's take a look.
The Kovan John Ashram is one of the largest congregations of Hindus for the celebration of MAHA SHIVARATRI. Shiva embodies the destroyer of evil, and MAHA SHIVARATRI translates to the Great Night of Shiva.
MAHA SHIVARATRI is a major festival within Hinduism culture because it marks the remembrance of overcoming darkness and ignorance in the world. During this day, the culture observes the day by remembering Lord Shiva, chanting prayers, fasting, doing of meditation, and other self-restraint, honesty, kindness to others, forgiveness, and discovery of Shiva are the primary focus and ultimate goal.
During the observance, President Irfan Ali opined that the lessons of this celebration hold value for everyone as it inspires reflection and change.
The story of MAHA SHIVARATRI is relevant to every single human being across the world. The elements of MAHA SHIVARATRI, what this period signifies, the type of hope, selfless acts, but more importantly, the type of reflection and changes that it inspires us to go after and to be, is what is exactly needed in a very troubled world today.
In keeping with the undertones of the celebration, President Ali called for that which has been destroyed to be replaced with transformation. As such, he called for all barriers which are limiting progress to be eradicated.
Sometimes we believe that the task is about getting rid of what is bad. But if you get rid of what is bad and evil, and you don't spend time to keep the good in place, you don't spend time to recognize the good that you have in place, and you make mistake and experiment with the good that you have in place, then you'll bring back the evil and the bad, they'll be in a worse form. So it is recognizing that we have to destroy evil forces, evil action, evil thoughts, evil attributes, evil ideas. And then, as we destroy those evil thoughts and action and ideas, what do we have to do? Transform. Build what is good. Let us purposefully commit ourselves to the unity of each other, to the upliftment of each other, to the embodiment of each other, to the removal of all the barriers of progress, to removal of all the barriers that can keep us back. Let us cleanse our attitude. Let us cleanse our focus. Let us cleanse our intention. And let us build stronger.
Rupasi Narayan, The Evening News.
We now tell you that the swearing-in of the 20-member Constitutional Reform Commission hinges on the availability of President Dr. Irfan Ali, but the General Secretary of the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic assures that this manifesto promise will be fulfilled soon. Vanu Manikchand reports.
Last month, it was revealed that all 20 members of the Constitutional Reform Commission have been identified following consultations by the various civil society bodies that they will represent on the commission. It was announced that the long-awaited commission would be sworn in this month, and according to Vice President Dr. Bart JAGDEO, this will happen soon.
Now that they're put together, I think it will be soon. I can't tell you an exact date. It depends on the president's schedule, but you know what has happened. It's like the last few weeks have been really hectic.
The commission is made up of 5 members from the government, 5 from the parliamentary opposition, including the joinder parties, and the remaining 10 members from civil society bodies. The establishment of the Constitutional Reform Commission was a manifesto promise made by the ruling PPP, and according to the party's General Secretary, this will be done.
We want this done. This is a party promise that we made. So I guess it's soon, because this is not some task that we're reluctantly dragged to. It is part of our pre-election manifesto promise, and we'll get it done.
According to JAGDEO, unlike the other political parties that decided on changes to be made, the PPP is committed to a consultative process with the public, which will commence when the commission is set up.
It's the largest party in the country, the only national party. We pointed out what we have done historically. We changed our constitution to one of the most progressive in the world. Very few constitutions have the features of ours, the Rights Commission and a whole range of features that protect people and citizens. Nevertheless, when there was a call for further constitutional reform, we said if there is a view that we should have that, we're willing to put it back to the people of this country. And we'd use the same formula: 5 government, 5 opposition, 10 from civil society. So there would be heard. That's enshrined in our manifesto, and we'll move it along. But we don't have the arrogance of the small parties to say, we will change this, because they never get that from the people. They supplant themselves. They don't even, some of them got 20 votes and want to speak on behalf of the people. We should go back to the people to listen to them, and that's why the public hearing.
Already, the government has identified the building to house the Constitutional Reform Commission. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
The 6 persons, including 4 prison officers who were charged in connection with an alleged conspiracy to facilitate the escape of death row inmate Mark Royden Williams, commonly known as SMALLIE, were on Friday freed after the magistrate upheld a no-case submission. Luana McAllister has the details on this report.
Among the implicated prison personnel were Alexander Hopkinson, the head of security at Mazaruni Prison, along with Omar Weatherspoon, Conroy Ozano, and Oldfield Remolius. Also facing charges were Raj Mohan, Otto, also known as Chico, a 48-year-old businessman from Perica East, Bank Essequibo, and Frangiles Jugandri Ferez Perez, a 28-year-old Venezuelan national residing in Kitty, Georgetown. They too were discharged. The defendants made their appearance before Magistrate Crystal Lambert at the Bartica Magistrates Court, during which their legal representatives Bernard De Silva, Patrice Henry, and Renee Marcus presented a no-case submission, which was upheld by the magistrate. She told the court that she found no evidence to support the charges of conspiracy that was brought against the defendants. Williams, whose alias is SMALLIE, had escaped from the Mazaruni prison in May 2023 with the assistance of heavily armed individuals in a speedboat. Following his escape, a $10 million reward was offered for his recapture, but Williams was shot and killed during a joint service operation on June 1, 2023 at 47 Miles Region 7. two of his accomplices were also fatally shot by police. Previously, in February 2017, Williams had received a death sentence after a jury found him guilty of 8 counts of murder related to the 2008 Bartica massacre, where a dozen individuals, including 3 police officers, were fatally shot. Several months following his conviction, in July 2017, Williams managed to flee from the Camp Street prison in Georgetown during a riot allegedly orchestrating the event. However, he was apprehended on October 9, 2017 at Weldad West Coast BERBICE while aboard a public minibus. In 2013, William was acquitted after a 12 jury found him guilty of charges stemming from the 2008 Lusignan massacre, which resulted in the deaths of 11 individuals, including 5 children. Last year, he received a death sentence for the 2008 murder of Ghana Defense Force officer Ivor Williams. Loanda McAllister, The Evening News.
Let's now tell you that preparatory works have commenced for the hosting of the People's Progressive Party's Triennial Delegates Congress in May this year. According to the party's General Secretary, JAGDEO, the conference will be held in Region 4 this year, and the committee has been set up to address the logistics. In the meanwhile, notices have been sent to various branches across the country to identify nominees to be elected into leadership positions. The party's last congress was held in 2016 on the Essequibo Coast in Region 2. More from the PPP General Secretary on the upcoming Congress.
We have a schedule for all the things, so I don't want to give all the details because we're going through, the circular has gone out, several circulars as we prepare for the Congress. Now we have the process of verifying membership to see all the requirements from the group level, and also to ensure that people meet the requirements to attend Congress and all of those things. That's being done. So we have several working groups made up of different members of Congress. And since this year it's supposed to be Region 4 turn to host the Congress, so we have a local committee from Region 4 outside of our Congress committee to look at logistics for the Congress. So things are moving well for the Congress.
As the Guyana Police Force continued their eradication exercise, some 159,932,960 in cannabis plants and dried ganja were destroyed at EBINI BACKDAM, BERBICE River. During the operation, the ranks found 4 cannabis farms measuring 5.5 acres altogether and containing approximately 15,000 kilograms of cannabis plants and dried ganja. The plants range from 1 to 5 feet in height, and several makeshift camps were found on the farm, each containing kitchen utensils and groceries. At the time of the operation, no one was seen on the farms. Police are continuing their investigations. Coming up on the other side of the break, home of BERBICE security guard goes up in flames, arson suspected, and $6 million spent to put out West BERBICE Mangrove Fire, says regional chairman. More news at the end of this short break.
Are you having sore throat, fever, coughing, headache, or runny nose? Take Cetamol Cold and Flu day or night. Ask your pharmacist for Cetamol Cold and Flu and get back to the happier you.
Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Are you having sore throat, fever, coughing, headache, or runny nose? Take Cetamol Cold and Flu day or night. Ask your pharmacist for Cetamol Cold and Flu and get back to the happier you.
Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speed Test, recognizes Digicel as the network with the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered.
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Need quality electrical or hardware supplies for domestic, commercial, and industrial usage? Visit SPR Enterprise. We stock a wide variety of tools, transformers, connectors, cables, line hardware, and control products at competitive prices. Check us out for brands such as Square D, Eaton, Fluke, Klein, and 3M. We are located at 45 BACKDAM, Georgetown, or call us on 223-5699, 223-5687, or WhatsApp 639-7193. SPR Enterprise, your single source for quality electrical products.
Stock the finest in the country, both ceramic and porcelain, tiles and chandeliers you'll see while you shop around stress-free. Well, train stop and warming halls make your shopping smooth and calm, providing you with quality to match your style that's so unique. Mima Decor.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. As we celebrate International Women's Day 2024, First Lady Arya Ali, in her address to the nation, has commended the strides made by women in Guyana while simultaneously highlighting some of the initiatives undertaken by the Office of the First Lady to empower women throughout Guyana. More in this report.
Mistress Arya Ali announced several initiatives set to undergo this year to benefit scores of women across the country. Derived from varied programs such as the Win and We Lift initiatives, new plans were set to be birthed this year, such as the continuation of several female economic empowerment programs.
Through initiatives such as the Women's Innovation and Investment Network, WIN, we are offering a comprehensive solution to the female economic empowerment, providing women with training, mentoring, and seed financing to find employment or to start up and grow their businesses. Thousands of women countrywide are benefiting under this initiative. Last year alone, some 6,000 women benefited under this program, and we will do the same this year.
Recognizing the importance of education that unlocks doors for girls and women across the country, strong support was also given to women in order to make them marketable.
My menstrual hygiene initiative is providing sanitary products to more than 32,000 schoolgirls in all 10 administrative regions to ensure they remain in school even when they experience their menstruation. This reduces absenteeism and learning loss among girls who were previously unable to manage their menstruation due to the lack of financial and other support.
Not disregarding the common struggles faced by women as it relates to gender-based violence, the First Lady is optimistic that another Hope and Justice Center for women will be constructed soon.
We have also established a Hope and Justice Center and will soon establish another. These centers are geared to provide counseling and legal recourse to victims of gender-based violence. We are expanding the provision of shelters for victims, and there is a Survivors Advocate program that gives personalized assistance to persons who have experienced domestic violence. Guyana also proposes to promulgate legislation dealing with domestic violence. A family violence bill will be tabled this year, and legislation addressing harassment in and out of the workplace is being crafted.
This is Michelle Henry reporting for the Evening News.
A security guard is now homeless after a fire, which is believed to be an act of arson, destroyed her two-bedroom home. Here are the details from Andrew Carmichael.
At the time of the blaze, a 56-year-old security guard, Norma McIntosh, who lived alone, was at the Corriverton Market. Upon receiving the devastating news from a colleague, she rushed to her lot 657 number 76 housing scheme home only to see her house engulfed in flames. According to McIntosh, when she arrived at the scene, she noticed that a padlock for the door was on the flight of stairs. Upon inquiring, she was told that a fireman found the door to her house opened, but she was sure that she secured the building before going out.
The police bring the padlock outside and show me it.
Explain what you saw with the padlock.
They say the padlock, the person blow the padlock and handle it. Inside the party, I push the key. Because when I try to push the key is not working.
What do you think might have happened?
I can't really see. I can't say who set it or whatever.
You think someone set it?
Yeah. Because if the door open, the padlock is on the door, and somebody had to see, but nobody didn't say nothing to me until.
The fire might have started in the ceiling of the upper flat of the wooden building.
She said she see the fire, but she could not do anything to my equipment in my home.
And where the fire was?
She said upstairs. At the time when she get the bucket, she said there was no water to assist, like to save anything in the home.
McIntosh has been occupying the house for more than 6 years. She hopes to rebuild, but will need assistance to do so.
Lost bed, TV, DVD, fan, bed, mattress, safe, and so forth. A lot of stuff are lasting now.
She can be contacted at telephone number 691-4519. For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
As the new wave of artificial intelligence dawns, President Irfan Ali has signaled the need for Guyana to build structures to withstand its impact on governance. Rupasina Ryan has the details.
Speaking during the annual Police Officers Conference on Thursday, the Guyanese leader underscored that the conversation on AI must involve all three arms of government: the executive, judicial, and legislative. He cautioned that Guyana will be trapped if these systems are not built out in time, as is reflected in the challenges facing other developed countries with the emergence of AI.
All three branches of government, I think, must have a conversation on AI and where AI is going, because AI would affect the judiciary. AI would affect, it's already affecting the judiciary internationally. It will affect the executive. And of course, it will affect the legislature, because you may have AI-generated parliamentary speeches too. And the means of verification would be very difficult. We saw what occurred in the Supreme Court in the US. And so we have to build structures and systems that will deal with, and regulations that will deal with AI now. Otherwise, we will be in a trap.
The police force is currently rebranding and rebuilding its human resources to meet the demands of the future. Already, the government is making investments in innovative technology which can be applied to advance the operations of law enforcement. Moving on to the digital wave is also expected to bring greater accountability into the force's apparatus, where every action will have a level of traceability.
When we speak about technology, we are not speaking about computer and a mouse and a keyboard. We are talking about 2030 technology being applied today. And we are already making those investments: the CCTV, the digitization, the electronic ID card. All of these things are going to make policing more innovative, more efficient, but importantly more accountable. Because as we move on the digital platform that we're moving aggressively on, every action will be accounted for. Because every action will have a level of traceability in the system. So whoever goes on the system at whatever time, you would know. The system would pick you up, and the system would have that level of traceability. So we don't have to worry about files missing, files left on a desk. So it brings accountability.
It was positioned that the force is now equipped with smaller but more agile units in the community, all of which will be supported with technological and quick response assets to keep the population safe. Ali disclosed that in this integration, the force can build a greater relationship within the community. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
A whopping $6 million has been spent to put out the fire which had been destroying the mangroves at Bath Settlement, West Coast BERBICE. This is according to Regional Chairman Vikchand Ramphal on Friday during an engagement with the media. More from Andrew Carmichael.
We would have known over that period of time. Within days and nights, we had heavy smoke cloud throughout the area. It even extended to places like Hopetown and these sort of things. So we are here and we are asking persons to be cognizant of the fact, even if you're smoking, please out your cigarette, because we know at times people just do things unconsciously. However, we're asking for them to desist from lighting any grass or anything in essence of smoke, or if you're smoking or anything, please just desist from doing this.
However, Regional Chairman Vikchand Ramphal explained that over $6 million was expended to put out the fire. 2 excavators and 6 tractor pumps were used to flood the area. Ramphal, who addressed the media on Friday, took the opportunity to call on persons to desist from lighting fires in areas which can cause harm to the mangrove.
Ever there is a fire in an open area where there's a lot of vegetation, grass fire and so forth, let us immediately report that. Call the Guyana Fire Service, or you can contact myself, Regional Vice Chairman, on 694-8382, and we will engage the relevant authorities. Let us not allow this to escalate, and then we end up in a situation like that of which we had in the vicinity of Bath Settlement.
I know that this fire would have caused not only the destruction of our mangrove, which is our natural defense against the sea, it also would have poses different health issue to our residents in Region 5. We know that there are quite a few cases where persons have to be rushed to the hospital to seek medical attention.
We therefore asking persons, if asking is not enough, we're begging for you to be conscious, knowing our mangrove is our sea defense. And if we tamper with that, it's just leaving ourselves open.
Meanwhile, there are also small fires which destroyed sections of the mangrove at Hopetown and the No. 8 village. It is believed that the fires were lit by persons in those communities who would have been trying to burn garbage they had disposed of. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
In pursuit of creating a higher standard of competition for matrimony in the coming years, the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport has held a review session with the aim of enhancing the festivities. Michael Henry reports.
Through a constructive engagement, participants of the Soca and Dancehall Monarch competitions and persons and ministry officials discussed means of enhancing future competitions. Speaking at the event, Subject Minister Charles Ramson Jr. shared ideas to improve next year's competition.
Your feedback to us, it's about how do we design this better for the future too. I don't want to be too, I don't want it to be too serious in the sense that you feel like we're not happy with everything or anything like that, because it has been a fantastic period. Let me first of all establish that from the ministry side, you've had an amazing period.
Soca Monarch champion Calvin Burnett related the push he received from the government after the festivities came to an end.
Well, shout out to the president, Mr. Ali, shout out to Mr. Ramson, shout out to Mr. Tyndall.
because those guys are the guys behind every single thing that the ministry does. But the ministry provides stages. Like even during the SOA Monarch period, we had like pop-up concerts, and the pop-up concerts we had it downtown, we had it at the Suicide Junction, we had it in Perica, we had it in Linden. So they're creating platforms so that you as an artist can go on there, be seen, be heard, become like a household name, so that when you decide to release your music, when you decide to push videos and all of this, somebody can say, oh, well, I've seen him before, or I've seen her before, they performed at this or that event, and that is all through the ministry and the president. So shout out to them.
In similar sentiments, Gabi Love expressed gratitude and also gave some advice for the coming years.
First of all, thank you everybody. Thank you Guyana for this support. It was huge. I'm really thankful. Thank you to the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport. To everyone out there who supported me that night, I'm really thankful because, wow, I brought something different in the market and it was well received. So, big shout out.
Not only did the session see reviews from competitors within the soca scene, but also competitors in the dancehall category.
I must commend the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport because the initiative is important. I think, as Minister Ramson said, dancehall is probably the most consumed genre of music in Guyana and many other Caribbean countries as well. So we got a lot of talented young dancehall artists coming up, and a competition like this would give them the visibility they need, because especially if you're starting out, nobody knows you. It's going to be a hard time for your music to get out there. But with the platform that's provided, they provide marketing for you, they provide airplay on the radio, so it is a fantastic opportunity.
This is Michael Henry reporting for The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge report.
The Damara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Saturday, March 9, 2024 at 3 hours 30 for 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is expected to be closed at 15 hours 50 on Saturday, March 9, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
Golden Jacks to participate in historic FIFA series in Saudi Arabia. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MAHA.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power, and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
It's a new day with Shilling Oil. A unique blend of natural oils to help ease and soothe the day-to-day discomforts of life. Get relief from muscle and joint pain, headaches, and congestion. Shilling Oil lets you get back to the things you love doing most. Water relief with Shilling Oil. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Experience more than award-winning speed. Way more. Get the best that LTE has to offer on Digicel, officially the fastest mobile network in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the best mobile network in Guyana. With the best LTE experience and the fastest data speeds, experience it all with Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.